I'm the last person you see when you leave the store, so it's my job to make sure that you leave happy. It's not just about paper or plastic for me. It's about what the customer needs, and believe me, things come up. You gotta be flexible. Sometimes you have to think outside of the box. And no 2 days are alike. I'll do whatever I can to make sure you leave happy. There's no point in me being here otherwise. It's not just my job, it's my pleasure.
During Chrysler's summer sales drive, the PT Cruiser is more versatile than ever. Introducing the Tampa Bay Tailgate Tip, available at no additional charge with the purchase of a one-of-a-kind Chrysler PT Cruiser. After all, you'll need a place to entertain the cheerleaders. Chrysler, the official vehicle of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the coolest way to tailgate this season. Go to your local Chrysler Jeep dealer today and register to win tickets to the Bucs home opener and access to Chrysler's ultimate tailgate party before the game.
It is $24.99. It's been marked down from $25.99. It's really a bargain if you call today. These stones are commonly found in Brazil and Australia.
At Wachovia, we learn from the world around us and realize that nothing in life can be too convenient. Wachovia convenience, so you can bank anyway, any place, anytime. Wachovia.
So the Bucs will receive the ball with a 7-point lead. Torrey Cox, who left with a knee sprain, will not return in this game. He had been returning on the kickoffs. So since he's out, Fabian Davis, number 8, the receiver out of Wake Forest. Played a little running back, a little receiver there. Has been a pleasant surprise in camp. Played well when the Bucs won their preseason opener in Tokyo against the Jets. And a guy battling for a roster spot as Alinda Mare will check it off. In the end zone, he's going to run it out. Here comes Fabian Davis. He gets loose at the 30 and is brought down there. So a wise move, gaining 20 yards as opposed to downing.
Absolutely. It was 4 yards, 5 yards deep in the end zone, brought it out.
Let's take a look at the Dolphins' scoring drive. Bellamy on special teams, by the way, was on the receiving end of the touchdown pass from Rosenfeld.
Nice job by Rosenfeld. Moved it to his right outside the pocket, clear vision of the receiver. Just a nice drive by the Dolphins. 9 plays, 40 yards. Of course, the big 4th down encroachment penalty on the Bucs set that easy touchdown pass up.
So Chris Sims will lead the Buck offense. Running play. Let's check in with J.P. Peterson. He's with Derek Brooks. J.P.
All right, hey, I'm trying. Well, these guys are fighting over the interview. Booger McFarland and Derek Brooks. Derek, we'll get him. Derek, welcome back. First of all, you got to settle this. Who got the caused fumble? You or Brian Kelly?
Being a teammate that I am, I'm gonna say Brian had it.
Yeah, and you won't be that way in film. I know that. Talk about the defensive effort tonight for the starters. You guys look right on.
Yeah, we just want to come out and establish a tempo. And I think tonight we came back against a very good offensive team, established our tempo, and play hard for the plays that we was in. We caused a turnover, which turned into a touchdown. That seems to be our formula of winning.
I know a lot of people out there are very concerned about your mom. How's she doing?
Oh, she's doing a lot better. As I said earlier, I appreciate all the prayers from the fans and all the well wishes of my mom. She's doing a lot better. Hopefully she'll be home real soon.
Derek, I think it seems the only problem you guys might have is you're peaking too soon. I mean, how do you slow this train down?
Believe me, we're not. We're just trying to get better every single day, and that's what training camps is about. And so far we have.
All right, Derek, thanks so much. Congratulations tonight. Welcome back. Derek Brooks, back to you guys.
All right, NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Derek Brooks on 3rd and 3. Travis Stevens carries for the Bucs previously. It was Ernest Graham from Florida who had run the ball for the Bucs, and they do get the first down. Ernest Graham had rushed for the most yards. He had 8 carries, 44 yards in the Bucs preseason game over in Tokyo. So Chris Sims leading this offense. And let's take a look at Travis Stevens, who got the first down.
Yeah, he's a situational guy. Bring him in on 3rd down, catch the ball at the backfield. A little small, but I tell you, he can run under some people, and he can make some things happen when the ball's in his hands. He's got that zuzu, as I like to say, to make people miss. You saw it right there. Probably get back with a holding penalty.
Flag flies as Graham crawling forward. That was actually Travis Stevens carrying, number 34. Travis, 4.8-yard career average at Tennessee.
Formation. Number 77 was on the end of the line. Offense.
So the penalty on the rookie Lance Nimmo, and I guess the referees are finding Nimmo. I was waiting for that, Sean. Look, if I didn't say it, you would have. Come on.
I wouldn't have stooped that low.
All right, well, I had to.
To get a laugh.
There was no laugh. There was a groan.
Millions are laughing around Tampa.
I don't think so. Actually, Nimmo has done a good job in camp and has played well, so unfortunate for him on the penalty call. But so it's 2nd and 6 now for the Buccaneers. Sims going to throw this time. Another flag is down. Pass incomplete, intended for Sam Collins. Let's check what the penalty is.
We're going to have a flag fest now.
Yeah, we.
And now they're going to start calling the tackle for not lining up, within a yard of the football. We've played 51 minutes and 31 seconds here. Now they're going to start calling the tackles for not being up on the line.
Now is John yelling at his own players for the penalty or the officials?
Probably the officials right now.
He's more.
You've got the young guys in there, the rookies. You warn them. Hey, get up to the line of scrimmage. You're playing off the ball too much.
There's a look at the offensive line, some of the reserves, and that's an area that John Gruden wants to improve. Jason Whittle, who should be ready after the Ram game, they hope to have him involved and challenge, at least for the starting position, with some of the guys up front.
Yeah, as well as establish depth. That's absolutely critical in the National Football League, that you have, you can be at least 2 deep at every position.
Ernest Graham, the carry there. Again, the fullback from Florida, actually play him a little bit at running back as well. In the running back workout, we talked about the competition. Thomas Jones, 11 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown. And we'll get you the numbers on Aaron Stecker in a moment. Pittman, 3 rushes for 13 yards. He had the big catch for 28 yards
Chris,
and a touchdown.
I still didn't see the explosiveness I think you need to get out of Thomas Jones. He had some holes, and I think he's got to get through those holes and then make somebody miss. He has that kind of talent. I think right now he's got to pull the cork and let it go. He looks a little bit tentative, once he gets at the point of attack.
And timeout called by Chris Sims. Second time that has happened. So the Bucs charge Stecker 6 carries for 27 yards. He had 3 catches for 38 yards. But Thomas Jones looking sharp. So it's a good battle, and that's what the Bucs want at that running back position, as they have preseason games to sort it all out. All right, 20-13 lead. Tampa Bay with 5:48 to go in the 4th quarter.
I'm Dan Lucas. Coming up on Sunday Sports Extra, J.P. Peterson returns to Bucs training camp at Disney with a complete analysis of this weekend's game against the Dolphins. Dave Reynolds checks in with former Gator Ernest Graham and his dream of making the team. The Rays continue their 10-game homestand against the Royals, and I'll check in with the USF Bulls as they open their first season in Conference USA. So for the best locally produced sports show in Tampa Bay, watch Sunday Sports Extra on News Channel 8.
Kennedy! Where's Kennedy?
Here.
You sold my wife a caravan yesterday.
It is the summer sales drive.
With low financing and the warranty?
Yeah.
Can I get the same on a Hemi Ram?
Now get 0% financing for 60 months or a $2,500 cash allowance on our best products like Dodge Ram 1500. Plus get our 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Let us prove we got the best values in America. See your Dodge dealer today.
At Papa John's, we believe you can't get too much of a good thing, so we've loaded on the works. More imported olives, more baby portobello mushrooms, more fresh sliced green peppers and onions, more ham, more thick sliced pepperoni, and plenty of Italian sausage. Papa John's New Works Pizza. More toppings all the way to the edge. You expect the best. We deliver.
Order the New Works Pizza today for just $10.99. Call us now or order online at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Welcome back to Pro Player Stadium. 5:48 to go in the 4th. Thomas Jones with a touchdown and the Bucs 20-13 lead, along with Ron Jaworski. Chris Myers, glad to have you with us. And on 3rd and 12, let's see what Phil Simms is going to do here.
How about Chris?
Chris Simms, I'm sorry. What would Phil Simms do here?
He threw a first down.
And I think Chris has a man. Oh, and it's intercepted, or is it completed down there? It is intercepted. It looked like he had a man on the sideline, Johns. Was it an adjustment by the defensive player? Was it underthrown? That's Terrence Leftwich with the pickoff.
He had the one-on-one coverage. He took a shot. The defender just made a better play in the football. And as we like to say, oh, that's as good as a punt. And you'll see, Chris, he looked off his left and came back to his right. You got the one-on-one coverage. You throw the ball up, and hopefully your guy makes a play. In this situation, Fabian Davis did not make the play, and actually, sometimes the defense just flat out wins.
And Phil Simms, who said he couldn't be here, he would be watching. And I remember talking to Phil when he said who would draft his son. He said, well, I hope he's in the NFC, because as a broadcaster for AFC games, I would be too nervous, and I wouldn't be able to call a game that he would be involved in.
I'm sure that would be difficult.
So the Dolphins take over after the interception on Chris Simms' long throw, the attempt of Fabian Davis. Rosenfels. And Dwayne White was on him. He got away from that and threw the incompletion. Dwayne White, the Bucs' top draft pick, second rounder out of Louisville.
Boy, just exploded up the middle. Rosenfels really had no time. You'll see right here. Rosenfels turns his head. Pressure. Quarterback has no chance. Dwayne White, good quick pressure up the middle. Ground level camera. You be the quarterback. Throw it? No, not a prayer. You don't have a chance. Just get rid of it. Avoid the sack. Good job by Roosevelt to throwing the ball away.
And Dwayne White getting in, trying to impress. He has had a good training camp so far. It'll be 2nd and 10. Rosenfels a little shovel pass. That's Leonard Henry. Fumble. The ball is loose, and the Bucs have it. It's John Howell. The ball hawking safety who plays behind John Lynch out of Colorado State. The rookie was there.
Just good, hard-hitting, hustling defense, the hallmark of this Buccaneer bunch. They attack the football. There's Monty. Monty say, you know what? Get sacks, create turnovers. That's what they do. They play offensive defense.
And when you talk about repeating the long road back for this Buccaneer team, they didn't lose a lot of players. Josh Yell says, hey, they didn't lose some key coaches. And Monty Kiffin was a guy who could have been head coach of the 49ers, but he stayed right here.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Every year, historically, you look at the Super Bowl champions, they lose a couple coordinators, a couple coaches, and they got to rebuild once again and retool their coaching staff. John Gruden worked hard to keep all these coaches, as many as he could, on this staff.
So Simms gives to Ernest Graham, the fullback from Florida.
I wouldn't be surprised John calls one of those bootlegs for Chris right here. Right now, the Dolphin defense is looking like a second and third group in there, not maintaining their discipline. I think Chris can get out in the perimeter.
Clock running, under 5 minutes to go.
There's Stan Parrish, the quarterback's coach, probably keeping an eye on that. Bill Muir, the offensive line coach. What a terrific job he has done with this offensive line. Boy, Bill's one of those old warriors, man. You just reeks of football when you're around him.
And John Gruden said, hey, the knowledge that that's left over from him, we use on offense. It's a terrific working relationship. Simms does keep and throws. It's got Fabian Davis. It's a touchdown, Tampa.
I think they ought to make me the offensive coordinator.
You called it. You called it. Maybe you can
shameless self-promotion.
Maybe you can help the Dolphin defense.
Yeah. Maybe I can help the Dolphin offense.
Well, that was a nice move by Chris Simms, and a good footwork on the sideline by the end zone as the officials are going to take a look to see if Fabian Davis, the official signal.
Well, let's take a look at it. He signaled touchdown. Great throw by Chris. Fabian, my man.
Look how you dragged that foot.
No doubt about it. No doubt. Great catch. Let's see it here. The old toe tap. You do this every day at practice. Oh, touchdown.
Nice work.
Now, wait, I think it's, we didn't have possession. Throw that one in there now.
You're referring, of course, to the Charles Lee play earlier.
Correct.
When that. Are you kidding me?
There is no challenge.
Wait a minute.
Buck fans are wondering what's going on here. Well, you know what?
Well, could John challenge this, or what was? Oh, there you go.
Let's take another look.
Here's the throw. Ball.
There's one foot.
One,
he drags it. He's got.
Oh, the toe is down.
And the official.
All right, now the question would be, does he have the football? The feet are in. Got the football.
Yeah, he's got it. He brought it in with one hand, and the official standing right there signaled touchdown. The one standing directly in front of him.
Solely possession. He's not bobbling the ball. He's putting the ball away.
All right, so these shaky calls, get him out of the way in the preseason.
Oh, look at him drag that toe. Beautifully done. Great job by our camera guys in the truck.
The Buck coaching staff knows it was a great play by Fabian Davis. That's what matters most at this point. And the give is to Ernest Graham on the right side on a third down play. And so the Bucks will get a little field goal.
That way, Chris, excuse me, as I was venting over there, what did Bernie Kukar, the referee, say? He didn't catch it?
I didn't get a clear
Let's call him up. I'm going to find out here. I'm getting irritated already.
We might have some time after the game. You can hang out and chat with him.
They won't let me in the officials' room.
We'll put you on the replay committee. All right, so Andy Groom from Ohio State, the rookie, who's challenging Tom Tupa for the punter's job, will hold. And Martin Gramatica, who had the evening off, will watch Ralph Kleinman from Cologne, Germany, kick the field goal, or attempt to kick the field goal. It's not good. So a chance to ice the game. And again, in a preseason, winning isn't everything, but it's something that you like to get used to.
It feels a lot better than losing.
Now, was it a low kick or was it partially blocked?
We will see right here. Because there's a ball, it is a low kick.
Yes.
From that range, that ball's got to be jacked up really high. It was not.
So, yeah, with Gramatica, with Gramatica sitting this game out, they have a botched extra point and a botched field goal. Again, whether it's the snap, the holder, or the kicker. And I'm sure John Gruden is working the official here saying, he's repeating what you said, but maybe some extra verbiage in there.
Is he saying Jiminy Christmas again?
That's one thing he says when the cameras are on. That's good that he's this intense even at this stage of the game. That's why the Bucks are where they are. All right, so the Dolphins have the football, and Leonard Henry breaks through. He's up to the 40-yard line and rolls out, and a flag flies after that.
And it'll be holding.
Let's have another look, see what we can catch the penalty. Henry out of East Carolina.
Oh, tripping. Yeah, I missed that one.
So a penalty which aided the Dolphins' first touchdown and only touchdown of this game is going to tack on some yardage here. Herschel Bolden, number 39, called for the penalty. And, John Gruden's probably saying, look, we won the Super Bowl, but why are you picking on us? Yeah. Whether it's a replay call or a penalty when they have the ball, when we have the ball.
There have been two atrocious calls against the Bucks. One a touchdown and one a completion, which is ridiculous.
The good news is Monty Kiffin's defense gets a little more work. Here's Leonard Henry again on the left side. He's down around the 40, has another first down. Troy Bodrick, reserve linebacker on the tackle. 3:20 and counting, and the Bucks with a 7-point lead.
All right. That will disappoint John. Obviously, 10 penalties, 77 yards. That is not the type of performance he likes from his football team.
And in the preseason opener, the Bucks had 6 penalties for 30. That was in Tokyo last week against the Jets. They've nearly doubled that tonight. That's a completion.
All right, Dave Wanstead, I'm going to put you in the coach's seat here. Chris Myers, you score a touchdown here. Do you go for the win? Do you go for 2? Or do you tie it up so we can get another quarter of Sage Rosenfeld?
No, you tie it up so you get...
No, you go for 2.
No, because Dave Wanstead, it's his first preseason game, and his team needs a little more work. How about that theory? J.R. Tolver, by the way, on the receiving end of that Rosenfeld's pass. It's 2nd and 2 from the 31-yard line.
You go for 2, there's no doubt about it.
All right, we'll see which way Wanstead plays.
You got to score first.
He's going to throw it. It's complete.
Wait, he was out of bounds and he came back in. The referee's got to see that one.
And there's the flag.
Even I saw that, and I'm 50 yards from the field.
Hopefully the officials will make the call. It was intended for Ronald Bellamy, who caught the touchdown pass that got the Dolphins within 7.
The receiver went out of bounds.
Thank you, Bernie.
First to come back and touch the ball.
I mean, he grabbed the pom-poms from the cheerleaders for a couple seconds, came in and caught the ball. I mean,
what are you doing? What are you doing watching the cheerleaders? You're supposed to be watching the game.
All right,
well, there's the back end of his catch by Bellamy. You can see his foot was already out of bounds. So it'll be a 3rd and 2. And this is 4-down territory, obviously, given the situation. Now, let's see, would you run it here, Jaws, or would you throw it?
Yeah. You got 2 runs here.
Let's see what Rosenfeld decides to do. And they give it to Leonard Henry. Oh, a nice tackle by Jermaine Phillips coming up from his defensive back position.
Man, now that's a nosy safety right there. You make a play in the backfield on 3rd and 2. Great job. You be the ball carrier. Where do you go? Great job. Great tackle. Wrapped him up.
2-minute warning.
All right, we've hit the 2-minute warning, but there's a little drama here at Pro Player Stadium as Jermaine Phillips makes a big play to force the Dolphin offense to 4th and 2. If they get it in the end zone, they could force a tie. We'll be back.
Hey guys, I'm Lindsey Bryan. If you're looking for a little spice to funk up your Tampa Bay evenings, we've got all the right moves coming for you this fall, Saturday night on the spot. Be there. Local TVs never packed such a punch. The name of the game is entertainment, Florida style. Food, booze, movies, music, gadgets, sex, sports, you name it, we'll feature it. Only on Channel 8, right after Saturday Night Live. We'll see you on the spot.
During Chrysler's summer sales drive, the PT Cruiser is more versatile than ever. Introducing the Tampa Bay Tailgate Tip, available at no additional charge with the purchase of a one-of-a-kind Chrysler PT Cruiser. After all, you'll need a place to entertain the cheerleaders. Chrysler, the official vehicle of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the coolest way to tailgate this season. Go to your local Chrysler Jeep dealer today and register to win tickets to the Bucs home opener and access to Chrysler's ultimate tailgate party before the game.
Well, it's a marvelous night for the moon dance with the stars of the world in your eyes. Fantabulous night to make romance.
315 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and utility when you need it.
The night's magic seem to
Introducing the new Infiniti FX45.
you know the sun.
And the Bucs fans are jumping. All of them down here at Pro Player Stadium.
Hi, Mom!
It's a 20 to 13 advantage. Got fans from all over. And the Buccaneers trying to win their second preseason game and their second try. This guy looking in to say 4th and 2. Let's see if that defense can come up big again. He's got that helmet on. He knows that the blue-collar work ethic.
He was serious, too. That was a serious fan.
He knows
Tampa
big
Bay
play
coming up.
And, you know, there is no quarterback controversy. Jay Fiedler's the starter when he's healthy.
It's all fans.
Brian Greasy is in the number 2 spot. We're watching the third-string quarterback, Sage Rosenfels, who has played most of the game for Miami. They've had some great backups in history here. Earl Morrall, Don Strock, Ron Jaworski, backed up. Guy named Marino.
87 and 88.
Big 4th down play. Rosenfel's going to throw. And it is caught by Ronald Bellamy, who was the intended receiver previously when he went out of bounds and came back in. And a good job of hanging on to that ball by Bellamy.
He made a heck of a catch on that.
Fighting it away from Justin Smith, the linebacker, and Jermaine Phillips, the defensive back, to get Miami the first down.
Yeah, you'll see it here. I mean, Rosenfels gets pushed out of the pocket here. He just throws. He knows it's 4th down. You just got to throw it up and see if somebody can make a play. And Bellamy does make a play with Phillips draped all over him.
Rosenfels to throw on 1st down. Ball is tipped in the air and almost intercepted by the Bucs. Rolling around on the ground, it was Ryan Neese who had a shot at it.
Yeah, well, that's a young quarterback's mistake. Moving to your left, throwing back to your right. You are asking for trouble.
Dave Wannstedt, his offensive coordinator, Norv Turner, who had Rosenfels in Washington.
Correct.
And hoping that the offense of Miami can get up to the level of the defense. Sound familiar?
Yeah, there's Jay Fiedler on the sideline listening to the play calling.
Guys had hip problems, shoulder problems, a thumb problem last year, missed 6 games. It was a back spasm that kept him out here.
If he's healthy, he's solid. They averaged 27 points last season when he played.
26 yards away from a potential tie game. Rosenfels on 2nd down. He gets away. A flag flies, and he's brought down at the 29-yard line. And Dwayne White, the rookie from Louisville, part of that. It's going to be.
Dwayne White has been very, very, very active in this football game. He's got that quick move inside. You can see he's got the rip. To knock people out of the way. He can spin. I mean, a very talented young football player. He has really wreaked havoc coming up the middle against that Dolphins interior line.
And we told you the story of what.
Holding, 69 offense, a 10-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
We told you the story of what Dwayne White had gone through in his life to get to this point. So he's a battler. You know, those are the kind of guys, those character guys, like Jim Miller at quarterback that John Gruden just loves to have on his football team. So the penalty moves the Dolphins back, and it'll be 2nd and 20 from the 36. They're trailing by 7. They're running out of time. They may be running out of downs. Rosenfels will throw and complete it down around the 20-yard line. Jimmy Frizzell with the catch.
And Tim Wansley gambled. He went for the interception. Would have taken it back all the way, but the astute play probably would have been to knock it down or make a quick tackle.
And the Dolphins call time. We got 1:02 to go. And they're going to be faced with a 3rd down and 4. Miami will have 1 timeout remaining. John Gruden, you know, when we asked him about repeating in the big picture, the steps start here in the preseason, did he talk to anybody about the idea of winning back-to-back, you know, having been to the top?
Yeah,
and then,
you know, it was interesting because, you know, first he had mentioned he had spoken with Chuck Knowles.
We had Dayton when they all gathered there, who won back-to-back twice.
But the one guy that he spoke about was an attorney out on the West Coast, Charles Brewer. And the way he said it, Charles Brewer was undefeated. He's an attorney, 73 years old. Defense attorney, never lost a case. And John went to visit him, and he went in his law book room. And John said the amazing thing was the tabs that were in all the law books that Charles Brewer was always reading, always staying on top of things, covering the details. And really that became his philosophy this season after seeing Charles Brewer covering the details. He came back and said, we have the talent, we just cover the details, we can repeat as Super Bowl champion.
That's who Gruden pointed to, an attorney from Arizona. 3rd and 4. Rosenfels in trouble, throws it out to the left side, and it's incomplete. Well, only 7 teams have won back-to-back Super Bowls, right? It's happened 8 times. The Steelers were able to do it twice. That's Devon Claybrooks and Ryan Neese on the defensive end, putting some pressure on Rosenfels.
Yeah, so you're looking at less than 20% of the teams to repeat as Super Bowl champions. It is very, very difficult. And even now, as the game continues to evolve with free agency and, you know, keeping your players and the salary caps and all the different components, that's where Rich McKay deserves a lot of credit. For a lot of years, he has kept this team together. But right now, on the schedule, everyone has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers circled. They're the Super Bowl champions.
And the Bucs offense, 24th in the NFL last year. It's something they want to improve on. Rosenfels, the completion, and a nice catch and scramble. That's Charlie Rogers, who was a return specialist brought from Seattle, who makes the catch at carry to give them a 1st down at the 10-yard line. He'll spike it for the stoppage of the clock. Yeah. So it'll be 2nd and goal with 36 seconds remaining. That's easy for me to say.
Yeah, and that previous play, you know, the Bucs came with a total blitz, and no one peeled out to pick up the back coming out of the backfield. And certainly Charlie Rogers was wide open. Would have scored easily if he didn't stumble catching the football. But a blown coverage by the Bucs secondary.
And Charlie Rogers,
you'll see right here, the
great effort.
Yep, total blitz. I mean, no one on him, just wide open. Keeps his feet. He's going to walk in the end zone.
All right, 36 seconds left. We have a 2nd and 10. 10 yards away from the end zone. There's the flip to Rodgers over the middle. Breaks through a couple of tacklers, rookie tacklers down inside the 2-yard line. The clock is running. Miami, Ryan Neese on the stop. Does have a timeout. And the Dolphins are threatening to tie this game up.
I'm telling you, Chris, they go for 2. This will not go into overtime.
I don't know if they'll even get it into the end zone.
I'm just making my prediction.
You know, this is only a preseason game, so the victory count doesn't really matter. But, you know, I think it puts young players in key situations, and that's a good thing.
And you see how they respond. Right here's a big play, young quarterback, you know, getting some big-time playing time. He gets Rodgers singled up. It's on Ryan Neese, who he got singled up, and you know it's a good matchup for a running back. He should beat a linebacker. Ryan Neese probably should have been a little more aggressive and came up and tattooed him as he came across the line of scrimmage.
All right, so it's a neighborhood South Florida border war, if you will. Preseason or not, for years the Dolphins were the team in the state, you know, even before the Bucs came into existence. But the Bucs have won a Super Bowl, and it's been a long time since the Dolphins have been there. Preseason game or no, we have a chance for a tie game or maybe a Dolphin victory. from the 2. Rosenfeld. We got a touchdown, Dolphins.
Points, going for 2.
That's Femi Ayabadejo, the fullback, who is in for the touchdown on the pass from Rosenfeld.
You'll see Roosevelt go play action, fakes to Rodgers, just trying to get the fullback quick out in the flat. No, it wasn't right. Ayabadejo got outside the perimeter. Phillips got sucked in by the play fake. Once you get outside of the perimeter, pretty easy throw for the quarterback.
And so you, the offensive genius you are, correctly predicted that they would go for 2. I should have listened to you in the pregame meeting. Look, I got a lot of notes. I just can't find them all. All right, look, we have 23 seconds left, and a chance with a 1-point difference for the Dolphins to convert and take the lead.
The Bucs D will make a play here.
Rosenfeld's to throw. In and out of the hands of Charlie Rodgers. So the Bucs protect the lead and can let this one run out.
They went to the well once too often, had Ryan Neese singled up, and Ryan Neese made the play on Charlie Rodgers. You'll see Rodgers coming out of the backfield, singled up on the line right there, and Neese makes one heck of a play.
Excellent coverage, Neese. We talked about him and Nate Webster figuring in the starting linebacker spot that Dwayne Rudd has, or at least the best linebacker will play. And you saw as Neese made the play, NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Derek Brooks, cheering him on. Yep. So, you know, the veterans not sitting over there watching the clock run down. They're rooting for their team.
No, you still want to win. It's all about winning. You know, that trip back to Tampa is going to be a lot nicer now when you got a W. And it's, you know, it's plays these young guys will remember as well that may not make this team, that they were involved in winning a football game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So, yeah, the Bucs don't have any more timeouts, and neither do the Miami Dolphins. You know, Sage Rosenfeld's, of course, had a lot of help with some shaky calls and some penalties. But he helped move the Dolphin offense. And we talked about the linebacker play with Neese, Nate Webster from the University of Miami. These are guys that are going to force John Gruden to get them on the field somehow, some way.
Yeah, Chris, you're right there. We were just looking at Nate Webster. Really was an impact player in this football game. We saw him line up in space on the edges, rushing the quarterback, making plays on the perimeter, showing really what his strength is, his speed and quickness and ability to get to the football and to the quarterback.
So it's not over yet. There's still an onside kick possibility.
Oh, there will be an onside kick.
And if the Dolphins get it,
they throw the Hail Mary or the Big Ben or whatever words teams come up with.
And they got a pretty good kicker.
Geronimo.
Let's see. It's well, we already have a flag flying in the air, and the Bucs do recover it inside the 40 of Miami. That's Jameel Cook hauling it in for the Buccaneers. But let's find out what the flag is all about. 22 seconds remain. After the touchdown, the 2-point conversion failed. Dave Wannstedt went for it.
Well, we had an exciting game.
Offside on the kickoff. The kick was recovered by the receiving team. That penalty is declined. First down this way.
All right, there it is. Game, set, match. It doesn't matter.
There he is, right there.
And Jameel Cook.
Yard offside.
Gathering the onside kick attempt in, and so the Buccaneers can run out the clock. Travis Stevens in the backfield. So all three of the quarterbacks successful on touchdown drives.
Greatest play in football right here.
You've had that feeling before.
I love this greatest play right there. Give it to the ref. Unfortunately, Joe Pisarcik didn't execute that play very well. But that's the play that quarterback loves, because that means you win.
John Gruden of the Buccaneers take out Dave Wannstedt and the Miami Dolphins. An exciting preseason game here at Pro Players Stadium. 20-19, the final. Sage Rosenfeld's attempting the comeback, but against the Buccaneers, it falls short. Let's get out on the field with J.P. Peterson.
Thanks, Chris. I got Sean King here. Sean, another wonderful performance. 8 for 12, 72 yards, another touchdown, and you ran for 20 yards. You must be feeling pretty good this preseason.
Well, I thought we came out. We did another good job. Actually got to go against their ones a little bit, so I was, excited about that. overall, I think the guys played good. You know, we made some mistakes, had a couple of penalties. I wish we could have back, but it was something good for us to improve on and get ready for St. Louis.
Sean, I know you've been trying to be more consistent. Now you've put 2 games back-to-back together. That has to be something you've got to love doing in the preseason.
Well, yeah, you know, I thought I played good the last 2 weeks, and just want to come out and continue to play well the rest of the preseason.
You ran the ball well tonight as well. Very decisive. Ron Jaworski was saying you saw the hole and you went for it.
It was just, you know, added option when I'm in there. Something I can do, you know, when I can do it within the context of the passing game like tonight, I think it helps us.
John, just talk about the entire offense. You worked a lot with some of the ones, first team offensive line. You guys seem to be clicking right from the start. Is that because of the offseason?
Well, yeah, I think we had a high participation rate, you know, in all our mini camps, off-season workouts, OTA days, and, you know, I think it's showing. You know, there's still some things that we can work on, you know, a couple of things here or there that I think we didn't improve on, but overall, I think, you know, all the offenses are doing a pretty good job.
All right, Sean, thanks very much for joining us. Congratulations tonight. Sean King, another nice performance for him. 2 straight preseason games where Sean has played extremely well. Back up to you guys.
And the Buccaneers 2-0. Thanks, JP. And, of course, the quarterback situation still something to be decided with Jim Miller. He won't play in the preseason, but he's a guy that John Gruden certainly wants to add some depth.
Well, you know, I think that's all he would do would be adding depth. You know, clearly, you know, Brad Johnson is the #1 quarterback. He played very well once again today. Sean King had an outstanding performance once again. And Chris Sims, you know, a young guy comes in, and, you know, John threw the whole playbook at him, and he responded in a very positive way. So you're clearly seeing a growth at the quarterback position. Brad Johnson right now is light years ahead of where he was last year at this time. Sean King beginning to look very, very comfortable, you know, as a quarterback, as he said, going against the Dolphins' #1 team, move the ball down the field. And Chris Sims, for a young guy, showed tremendous poise, accuracy, and the ability to move outside the pocket and make plays. So as far as the quarterback position goes, this Buccaneer team looks rock solid.
Chris Sims, 4 of 9 for 36 yards, and Brad Johnson, 3 of 6, 41 yards. And as Sean King, we heard from a moment ago, 8 of 12 for 72 yards, as the Buccaneers hold on against the Miami Dolphins to go to 2-0 this preseason. And that's the story from Pro Player Stadium here in Miami. Join us Saturday night, August 23rd. The Bucs will open at home at Raymond James and host Jack Del Rio and the Jacksonville Jags. Pregame at 7, kickoff at 8. For Ron Jaworski, J.P. Peterson, Dave Reynolds, our entire production crew, I'm Chris Myers, and thanks for being with us for Super Bowl champion Buccaneer football. Final score, Bucs 20, Dolphins 19. Stay tuned for the postgame show.
Things are revving up at your Southern Ford dealers. Right now, get 30